next guy's from Woodstock, and he's not fat, but he is in a tie-dye shirt, so that's okay. It's not bad. And there, give it up for Derrick Sawyer.
All right, how's everybody doing? You drinking a lot?
No, trying.
Okay, so one guy isn't, one guy's trying. I suggest that the rest of you try to catch up with that guy that's trying, because that'll help me out a lot. All right, first off, I'd like to sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, thank the Blue Nile for throwing a comedy open mic. Primarily, okay, cheap applause at the beginning, that's nice. Don't have to stroke my ego like that. Primarily that thank you is because all of the other open mics that I've ever gone to have been filled with sad indie rockers and people reading poetry, and then I go on. And that does not go well, all right? It does not. Like the worst time I was at the Little Grill here in town, and a woman got up and sang an a cappella version of Amazing Grace for 3.5 minutes. Then spent the next 1.5 minutes of her allotted time talking about the Big Sister program and how fulfilling it was, which is great. But then I had to get up there and be like, oh hey, you know, the funny thing about my dick is... No, it did not go well. I had free-range tofu thrown at me. It was awful. It smelled like a hippie's underpants. One guy really needed that hippie underwear joke. All right, let's light into it. You know, if a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush, then why the hell does every hooker I ask charge more for a half and half than a Palmer?
Well played.
Thank you. Let's see. I've been single for a little over 1.5 years now, which really sucks, because at that level, like, loneliness really starts to do weird shit to your head. Like, last month I got so lonely that I put on a Sting album and ate a Hot Pocket by candlelight just to feel like I was doing something special for myself. Yeah, that was not a good night. How I Met Your Mother did not prepare me for that. But I ran into my ex the other day, which is always awkward. Like, I'm still picking pieces of her out of the grill of my car. Yeah, she thought I was a mess. Had to take a hose to that bitch. There are some upsides to being single that a lot of people don't tell you about. Like, for example, you don't have to worry about like arguing over who gets to watch what on TV. Like, finally, I can watch Dance Moms without feeling like a terrible person. Plus, I've got like time to explore my hobbies. Like, recently, I took up therapy. It's okay to laugh. Go ahead. Did one guy just say "ha therapy"? You're right, it is funny. I lie on a couch and cry while I pay somebody a $20 copay to tell me what I'm thinking. Yeah, it sucks. I did recently start seeing a woman that I met online. Don't know if it's going to work out though, because she's bleeding me dry. I mean, $2.95 a minute really adds up after a while. Yeah, it's not fun. Another upside, did get to have a three-way finally. It was me, my laptop, and my right hand. Threw my left hand into the mix, made it a 4G. That was nice.
4G, Richard.
Yeah, 4G. It's not just for phones. So, being single and lonely and sad and depressed and sometimes on acid, like sometimes I get like bitter about like happy couples. Like if I see a happy couple, I instantly just get this frustrated nodule in my head that makes me want to I just want to punch them both in the genitalia so they can't have any fun later. Because I'm not, so. But like if I see you somewhere, if I see like a happy couple, and you're the type of person that like, you're the type of couple that likes to sit too close together and feed each other nachos, and you think that's really cute and adorable. You know what I think would be cute and adorable? If you both went and ordered nachos somewhere in hell. If you're the kind of couple that likes to ride tandem bicycles around town, you think that's a really fun, nice thing to do, where you're building a bond between you and your mate. You know what I think it would be nice for you to do? Why don't you ride that bicycle built for two straight to hell? And if you like to, if you're the kind of couple that likes to finish each other's sentences, I've got one for you to finish here. Why don't both of you hop on the first flight straight to... No, Paris. That one actually I think is adorable, so, you know, go have a fun time. I mean, you know, I can't be angry about everything. So yeah, I'm kind of a depressed, bitter piece of crap most of the time. But my outlook started to look up for a couple weeks. And it was really nice. Like, I was like, ah, finally, light at the end of the tunnel. And then I ate at the Golden Corral. And I've got nothing against the Golden Corral. I love buffets. You know, you go in, you pay $11.75. You can gorge yourself or whatever. It's great if you're homeless because there's a bathroom that you can wash yourself in afterwards. But the people that you see at Golden Corrals or similar establishments are really what gets me. For example, this time, I'm up there, I'm getting my plate. You know, I've got macaroni and cheese, got green beans, gotta have a vegetable. And I go to get a piece of chicken. And there's this guy standing next to the vat of chicken. And he has a pair of tongs and he is picking up just drumsticks. Swear to God, just drumsticks. Being super selective about it too. Like picking them up, looking them over, like a jeweler with a fresh ship and a blood diamond. It's like, oh yeah, that one was dug out of somebody's stomach. That's a good one. Slapping him down on the plate with attitude. And he's going through and he's just picking out. I grab one drumstick, head to my table. I start eating. This dude starts coming my way. I see this out of the corner of my eye. He's making a beeline and straight in my direction. I'm like, oh shit. I must have grabbed one of the drumsticks he wanted because, you know, it's big, it gets crispy. Shit. I better sit perfectly still, you know, like when bears attack.
T-Rex.
T-Rex, really? Have you ever been attacked by a T-Rex? Do you really know how to defend yourself against a T-Rex?
In Jurassic Park.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a documentary. Good to know.
They don't want to be fed. They don't want to play.
You weren't here for the no heckling thing, were you? I can't even see you, and I can tell your night's going to go poorly. But anyway, so this guy's coming straight at me. I'm flipping out. I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be a whole thing. I'm going to get thrown out of the Golden Corral, which is like the tippy top of white trash. This is bad. And at the last second, he curves to the right. Now, I don't know if you know anything about the Golden Corral, but at the Golden Corral here in Harrisonburg, they have a chocolate fountain. And this guy proceeded to take every piece of chicken on his plate and dip it into the chocolate fountain. Yes, exactly. That's terrible. That's poor behavior. Dessert comes after dinner, not during. So he's coating his chicken up, making his sweet, savory treats, and he doesn't even have the decency and tact to wait till he finds a table to tear into this stuff. He just picks one up and just rips into it like a stoned velociraptor or Chris Christie going after a cronut. It was awful. It sounded like Jurassic Park.
Thank you.
Did he work on Jurassic Park? Is that why he's plugging it? But yeah, so this guy's just tearing in, and there's nothing wrong with what he was doing on an ethical level. There's nothing wrong, morally speaking, with what he was doing. But I do have one issue with it. I have a wing to pick with him. He did not consider what his candy-coated meat consumption was going to do to everybody in the immediate and far vicinity that could see what he was doing. I mean, they're like little kids going, Mommy, Mommy, what's that man doing? What's he doing? I thought dessert came later. Honey, you don't want to be like that man. He's personifying irreversible sadness. That's what he's doing. That is a man who needs many more medications. Mood stabilizers. He's a spokesman for Prozac. I'm telling my imaginary child. But, anyway, so he comes over and I'm like, man, what do you gotta be doing like that for? Why you gotta be like that? He's like, I don't know, I mean, I'm free to do this. I'm trying to find like a good new food, and you know, I figured, you know, maybe if it's tasty, I could tell people about it. And I figured I'd tell you that last part, because this is the story of how I met Guy Fieri. Took a minute to sink in. All right, thanks everybody. It's my time.
All right, Derrick Sawyer, everyone, keep it going. Now we have to pause a second to take care of the Matt Hall situation. Matt Hall, you know this is like everyone up here, this is their hobby, right? Like we don't come into like random Walmart parking lots and like knock the trucker dicks out of your mouth to like stop you from doing your hobby. That's your hobby, that's your thing, man. Like you love trucker cum. Trucker cum is your thing, and just shut the fuck up. Please, man, fuck. You were like one of those kids in middle school who was like, hey everyone, like look how far I can fucking shove this ruler up my ass. Look everyone, look at me. I'm shoving this ruler up my ass because I have nothing better to do than drink in middle school. Fuck, just shut up. Hey, okay, shut up, Matt Hall. All right, everyone, Drew Cook. Next up.